welcome to episode 839 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, December 20th, 2021. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will. And boys, it's the start of Christmas week. It officially 'tis the season. I don't know if you can see the hoodie, but
it looks great.
The 'tis the season hoodie is probably my favorite hoodie I've ever had. Favorite holiday hoodie I've ever had.
The gray looks awesome. I'm wearing an old classic.
Drink it in. Oh, the Elon smoking Mars baby.
Yeah.
Nice. One of our original viral tee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 'Tis the season though. Also available in stores now. Store.hardfactor.com. Fellas, did you have a good weekend? Everybody doing okay?
Yeah, it was.
Seems like a little somber vibe here on the chat. What's happening?
No,
What's
fuck that.
on?
Woo.
I watched Creed this weekend. It wasn't good.
Creed?
Wait,
This is the first time you saw that one?
Hadn't seen it. Not good.
Okay. Well,
Not like bad. Not a bad movie. Just not what they say it is. Not what everyone was hyping it up to be.
you know, a boxing movie that I think is underrated that was made around the same time as Southpaw.
Is that Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
Yeah, Southpaw is pretty good.
Yeah. Creed, look, if they hadn't hyped Creed up so much, I'd be like, that movie's, that was okay. But like the costumes were terrible, art direction was terrible, the script was okay. It just wasn't very good. It wasn't great. Felt low budget. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
You talking about
the Rocky Balboa franchise, but
yeah, did you see did you like it more than I thought Creed was better than like Balboa, the one where he fought Mason Dixon line, Antonio Carver. Yeah.
I thought the series was done after Balboa. I thought that was the nail in the coffin.
Balboa was terrible.
Creed's a lot of people give that high reviews, Balboa.
Really?
Surprisingly. Yeah, I don't think
I could get through it. I don't think I watched the whole thing. I think I turned it off.
His name was Mason the Dixon line, and they picked, Antonio Carver was a great boxer, but he looks not like a great boxer because he's extremely skinny, so he's not intimidating whatsoever. You had to be like an actual huge boxing fan to respect that movie because it looks like he's fighting a skinny dude.
Maybe people give it high marks because they feel like it makes them more of a boxing aficionado.
It's one.
So if you say that one's a great movie, then people are like, oh, this guy knows his boxing.
You don't.
1, 4, 3, 2, 6, Creed 2. I haven't seen, then Creed, and then Balboa. In my estimation,
Rocky 5 is the worst.
Yeah,
five's at the end.
Tommy Gunn stays on bottom.
Tommy, I thought it was all right.
No, five.
Tommy, you didn't like Tommy Gunn?
No,
dude,
come on.
Dude, they don't even.
Come on,
Wes. Do you remember how that? Do you remember how that movie ends?
He fights in the parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even a boxing match. It's like a terrible. It's a terrible street fight.
That's because Rocky's from the streets. He brings it back to his roots.
Fight. Oh my god, it was bad.
You guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Now I gotta go watch the other movie you guys say sucks.
Dude, good luck trying to get through Rocky 5 one more time.
I watch it when it comes on. Rocky 5's on.
To this day, you don't change the channel when Rocky 5.
I love how down on their luck they are. I love how the kid beats up his school bully. I like it all.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought I was going crazy when we had the 1 versus 4 argument, but the 5 is actually good.
No,
the
5 is good. 5 is good.
Oh my god, you're so wrong. You just haven't watched it in a while. You have a nostalgic remembrance of it.
I love it. What an asshole he becomes.
Yeah, sure. Real quick though, Mark. Before we do, Mark's on coffee, Wes on TikTok, Pat's on TV. I'm on Space later on. But before we do it, have you guys ever seen a cat eat a bird in the wild?
No,
I've seen it kill a bird, but not eat it.
Saw it this morning.
Swallow it?
No, they eat. Mike just ate a finch that he caught, just like a McChicken. It was crazy to watch. I never realized that they do it. Like literally, all that was left was a few feathers. Watched him just start whole bird, just choop straight down the gullet. It was crazy. I didn't realize it was like that.
Just like in the Tweety Bird cartoons.
Like a snake.
Yeah, it's literally just like that. Just.
Wow.
He's coughing out feathers.
Yeah.
When grandma's walking by.
Sylvester! Shitting out beaks.
Feathers.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, the Australian people have been raising a big stink about, they're killing all the birds. They should get rid of the outdoor cats.
I mean, he eats it literally, like I said, like a McChicken or like a 6-piece nugget. I mean, it's crazy.
The Western Australians are defending the cat ban because the birds are getting eaten left and
right. Yeah. Now, I mean, it opens your eyes to how wild they are. Like, you're like, whoa, holy shit.
I mean, Unless it's an eagle, I don't really give a fuck. You know, it's a
No,
finch,
no,
who cares?
Yeah, I'm pot
Fair.
committed with the outdoor cats. So
It's
Mike's
impressive.
in.
You got a finch. Those things are fast.
Oh, he was
Not as
he
fast
was
as Big
zoned
Mike.
in. He
Yeah.
catches a lot of birds, Wes. You'd
I'm
be
sh-
impressed.
Just putting this out there before I'm shorting Ryan Coogler as a director. I'm shorting his career. So
For Creed.
no, I know that he did Black Panther and everything, but I'm shorting him. I'm putting a short on him.
Because he did.
Yeah.
Because he did.
After
Creed.
seeing Creed and realizing that he's not that good of a director. And yeah, anyway, he's
He
shorted.
did Didn't he do the first movie for Michael B. Jordan that he broke out, Fruitville? Is it Fruitville Station? About the
Could have.
fruit-
There's just a lot of hype around Ryan
Yeah.
Coogler there shouldn't be, in my opinion. So
All right. Let's do the
putting a
news.
short on his
Let's do
career.
the news.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
News. Fun fact of the day: the average cumulus cloud, which is the big fluffy ones,
Mhm.
weighs 1 million pounds each.
Wow.
Whoa!
Yeah,
And it floats.
yeah. Like clouds are kind of heavy. The cumulus ones, the big puffy ones, are on average like 1 million pounds each. Some well over 1 million pounds, which is information I would have liked to know in middle school. So I could have used it in Yo Mama jokes. Yo Mama's so fat she weighs more than a cumulus cloud. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't Cumulus part of one of those Yo Mama jokes though?
Joke might have gotten you made fun of.
Yeah, I
Right.
know. Well, you got to
Well, he was
workshop
at-
it.
He was
Yeah,
at
yeah,
GT school.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a GT
they
school
love they
joke,
love
yeah.
clouds
Yeah,
there. It's a
yeah.
double. It
Yeah,
nails
right.
them twice. Yeah, they're like, "Oh, my favorite cloud."
That's one of those jokes that slays at GT school. Then you break it out at the regular middle school and nobody laughs.
And you get your ass kicked.
Yeah, you get your ass kicked.
Beat up that cloud kid.
Played up the cloud nerd.
He knows the weight of a cumulus.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Tell me the other what? Say serious.
He knows too much science shit. All right, holidays. We got Cathode Ray Tube Day,
Whoa.
Dot Your Eyes Day, Games Day, which is like board games. Okay, Go Caroling Day. They want you to go caroling 5 or 6 days before Christmas. That won't annoy anyone. International Go door to door and carol today. Sure. International Human Solidarity Day. That's good. International Jewish Book Day. Okay.
Okay.
Mud Day and National Sangria Day. Now we're talking.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's Mud Day?
Mud Day is like some guy. I looked it up and I already forgot. It was so boring. Some guy. I don't know. They're like his name is Mud. They drag him through the mud. He did something. He got accused of
Cathode
doing
ray.
something.
Cathode ray tube's pretty great because that's TV, right? That's the invention of TV.
Is it?
Basically.
Is it a cathode door? Cathode.
Cathode ray?
Cathode.
Isn't that
Cathode.
what like?
Thought
It
you
looks
went
like-
to fucking GT school, bro.
It looks
There
like
is a-
pictures of TVs. We
Yeah,
don't
there
watch.
is a
You
picture
don't
of a
watch
TV.
TV to get smart, Pat. You know.
Well, we're doing
Uh,
a TV update later in the show.
yeah.
So stay tuned. It's a tube vacuum containing one or more electron guns, and the beams of which are manipulated to display images on a
Boom.
phosphorescent screen.
TVs.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look up Mud Day, Wes.
Well, the image was TVs on the.
Yeah, I know. It was
What? Look
like
up what
20
Mud Day?
TVs. Yeah, look up Mud Day. It was some guy that did something. He got accused of something, and then they've been trying to clear his name for generations. They've been dragging him through the mud, but it's different. The expression "your name is Mud" is older than this guy's name. It's just a coincidence.
Right. Like the Primus song.
I
Right.
can't find the.
My
double
name
D
is
Mud Day.
Mud.
Okay. Well, anyways, some
Okay.
asshole. Every year it was like this was the day he got sentenced or something. This day in history. How about 1803, December 20th? The worst trade in the history of the world happened, or in the U.S. happened, up until the Red Sox traded Babe Ruth to the Yankees. And that is on December 20th, 1803. The Louisiana Purchase went down, and we fleeced those French idiots. We
Nice.
Absolutely.
Good.
absolutely look at the size of this purchase. 15 states. It touches 2 Canadian territories. It's a girthy girl. It's a cumulus sized purchase. Cumulus cloud.
Wait. Why did we give those Canadian territories back? Can we check on that?
War of 1812. Was that the one over the northern border?
This is
There was-
post. That's
the
what we.
54th parallel was established in one of the.
We got this in
wars with
1803, Pat. So sometime between 1803 and now, we gave him that little bit back.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know what? How much do you think it would cost to hire a history expert just for this segment of the show? Like a real pro. Probably not worth it.
Why would we
No.
need that? We do a
Out
fine
of the
job.
budget for now.
I
Yeah,
just
in
love
the
history.
future, though.
We have Jack Sever. If you want all the answers to these questions, go to YouTube and look at
Go
our
on YouTube.
comments.
Really anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jack
anything.
fact checks us.
Jack's a fact checker. We got him already.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, 1803, we got that Louisiana Purchase. 15 states, 2 Canadian territories for $15 million, or about $18 per square mile. Fleeced them. Fleeced them.
$18 per
They were
square
like,
mile.
we're
This
probably
is the French dollar or the U.S. dollar? They couldn't figure out the exchange rate. Fucking idiot.
right. We probably never
know?
even paid them. Like we're like, yeah, we're gonna give it to you.
In francs? Yeah. Hot
Probably
dogs,
still owe 'em some
motherfucker.
money. Fucking idiots. And then in 2007, December 20th, 2007, Queen Elizabeth became the longest living British monarch. And she's passed that by 14 years and counting today.
Yeah.
While her eldest son, Prince Charles, who allegedly was the family member concerned about the pigmentation of his grandson, has had to sit and watch and not be king, while his mom just won't die. Right?
Yeah, I'm sure his mom wasn't worried at all.
I'm pretty sure his mom is hanging on because she knows what a piece of shit loser Charles is. I think that's the only reason she's been around for these past 14 years, because she didn't want her son to be king. She wanted her grandson to be king. So she's been gripping on to dear life to make sure Charles never got in charge there. Which again, they don't do anything anyways, but just to have him as the king is embarrassing. So
Charles in charge.
that's right.
She's
Scott
not going to be
Baio.
able to hold on for forever, will she? Or
No,
what happens now?
It's already been declared that Charles is not going to ever be king. They've already
Really?
announced it. Yeah, he's already been like, I'm too
So
old.
what's holding her back now?
Nothing. She's going to die soon.
Sweet release.
Yeah.
God save the queen. Yeah.
Give her. I think this might be her last year on Earth. R.I.P. in advance. No honorable mentions today. We're just gonna get to the top 3.
R.I.P. in advance. Wow.
Got it.
To the queen.
Yeah, to the queen. Number 3.
Called the shot. I mean, it's the best time to call it because it's right at the start of
Celebrity death
2022.
pool.
So you got all the way. I mean, you got a whole.
I'll take
12
the
months
queen.
on that
Celebrity death pool is my first celebrity death. If you guys want to take anyone else, I'll take the queen.
one for 2022.
Yeah, for 2022.
Good
You guys don't have to answer now, but I'll take the queen.
I'll think
Number
about it.
3 is our hometown county and neighboring city in Fairfax County, and I'm talking about Alexandria, Virginia, has a serial killer, apparently. Did you guys hear about this?
Yeah, it's
Mm-mm.
nuts.
The shopping cart killer, right?
Yeah.
He didn't actually murder shopping carts. It's not a literal name. He murdered women and used the shopping carts to roll them to like remote areas like woods and stuff and dispose of their bodies. That's why
Oh,
they call him the
God.
shopping cart
That
killer.
makes
Yeah.
Yeah, is he like is he pretending to be like a homeless person when he does this?
Yes.
Like, yeah, okay.
Yes. Here he is. Yes, exactly, Wes. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he's been caught. Wow.
Yes, thank God, right? This man, 35-year-old Anthony Robinson, is being accused of using dating apps to lure women to hotels where he allegedly killed them. And then they're like motels. So like like the shopping cart near a motel homeless guy thing worked. And then after he killed them in the motel, he would like chop them up and put them in shopping carts and dispose of them, of their bodies.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not good. He was already accused of 2 murders last month in Harrisonburg, Virginia. They found him and arrested him in November.
JMU guy. This guy.
It's all over. The
Duke
last
dogs?
2 were all over Virginia. The last 2 were Alexandria, Virginia. The first 2 were Harrisonburg Duke dogs. So they found that he was like being held since late November in Harrisonburg, but then they found these two bodies in Alexandria, and they were like, this is the same MO. It's in a shopping cart. It's the same chopping of the body. And so they're like, shit, this guy committed at least 2 murders in Harrisonburg. He committed at least 2 murders in Alexandria. And he's 35 years old. The police chief is like, I don't think he just started murdering 3 months ago. They found all 4 of these bodies in the past 3 months. So
Yeah,
now they're
whole
like,
system.
so now they're like, fuck, we got to go and look at his past, like living and like jobs. And apparently he just kind of lived a homeless lifestyle where he bounced around many cities in Virginia picking up odd jobs, and he could have killed a lot of people. So they're going through a lot of missing cases and following his past history.
Damn.
The black guy too. Not a lot of black serial killers out there.
Yeah, it's true. If he was,
Yeah,
if he was
there
a
are.
black woman.
It's not not usually publicized as much for whatever reason.
Really?
Yeah.
I always thought it was just crazy white dudes to be with those serial killers. I don't know.
I think
Absolutely.
serial killers come in all shapes.
I
and
mean, I know
sizes,
they come in
probably.
all shapes and sizes, but like the more famous ones are always crazy white dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have to look
some
up
The
people
the
say
American,
it's
the famous American ones. I mean,
Third-
I'm sure it's
13 to 22% are
where you
African Americans.
Really?
Yeah.
That's about in line with how many African Americans live in the United
Right.
States.
In the general population,
So
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just there's less. It's prorated, right? Like how many people are there? Yeah, exactly. Okay. So that's number 3. That's a suck. That sucks. Boo. Virginia
Does
serial
suck.
killer. Boo. Number 2 is
But they caught him.
Yeah.
They did. They got him. And now hopefully they can find, some other bodies and put some families,
Yeah.
to
It's not
peace.
not all bad. Is all I'm saying.
That's true. He can't hurt you now. Number 2 today is Build Back Better is looking like it's also dead. Like it looks like Robinson got his hands on it. Because Manchin came out and said, no, I will not vote for Build Back Better. That's Senator of West Virginia, Joe Manchin. He came out and I guess he told the White House, first of all, Build Back Better is it's about $1.9 trillion spending package separate from the infrastructure bill that just passed like a month or 6 weeks ago or whatever that was. And it focused mainly on the social safety net, like people below the poverty line, climate change stuff. I think it had $550 billion for climate change stuff, schools, healthcare funding, and probably a lot of other stuff, including a few surprises no one saw buried in there. But the plan was for Build Back Better to hit the Senate floor and get approved before Christmas, according to the Biden administration. But that always involved getting the fiscally feisty Manchin on board to get to 51 votes. And it seemed, never like he was really that close. So doing the show,
No,
he
was never on board.
No, he never was. I don't know why
no reason
this is a
to think
surprise.
Well, it sucks because Manchin, in this particular instance,
He's a Democrat.
Well, no, but he specifically has a conflict of interest when it comes to the environment at large and his state's coal business, which obviously provides a lot of jobs for his constituents. Like he's got a conflict. So, and specifically related to the climate change issues in this bill.
Yeah, but he's also a swing state senator, so he's also the mouthpiece for other swing state senators who maybe would want to go against the party but can't because of the optics. But he can because it's going to make him look good to his voter base where he's at, West Virginia.
I hear you. I mean, but I bet if you cornered Joe Manchin or if you got into his dreams or his head as he's laying down at night, it's because of coal and his constituents, right?
Well, and all the lobby money. I'm sure he's getting lobbied to high heaven to not pass it.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of reasons why. Also, Biden's popularity being so low he's McCain. He's John McCaining him. John McCain did the same thing to Trump.
With the healthcare.
The reason it's possible is because Trump was so unpopular, just like Joe Biden, very unpopular president. So it makes it easy to boss him around as a senator.
You know what I saw that was really interesting is an argument I hadn't thought about before, and that's that renewable energy, green energy is, or not having it is a national security issue. It's the first time I've seen that argument, right? Because it's like you can't shut down wind turbines, but you can shut down pipelines. I believe that's the argument. I read a little bit about it. I didn't dive deep enough in, but it was like, whoa, I hadn't thought about that. Like which essentially energy streams or pipelines.
Don't wind turbines have like a
terrorists
lot
shut
of
down?
maintenance issues? And then
I just mean whether you can hack
couldn't you
them or
cut
not.
down the grid to the turbine? You could because surely they have to be connected electronically.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll look into it, but it's an argument that's going to be made soon.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I guess the reason the White House was like upset is because even though it seemed like Manchin never said he was on board, they'd been meeting a lot. The White House directly with Manchin in the past 2 weeks, and they thought they'd come to some sort of agreement. So
he kept being like, if you bring it down, maybe. If you bring it down, he's been saying that for like 4 months.
But they had secret meetings. We'll get to like exactly what happened. They had secret meetings, or like not necessarily secret meetings, but they had personalized meetings with him, and they thought they had gotten to an agreement. So they were surprised when on Sunday, yesterday, they received notification, the White House, that is 30 minutes before he told a Fox News anchor live that no, he's not.
I figured
on board.
they got it via Fox News. I'm surprised he told them.
They're saying they got it 30 minutes before, but who knows? And the White House, feeling betrayed by the Democratic senator, released a response, and this is the following statement. This is the clip of what they said about what Manchin did. They're getting the mic set up.
Oh, Jesus.
Tapping the mic.
You son of a bitch.
They're not happy. They're not happy with them. See, they got the mic set up finally. They said what they want to say. No, they did release a statement saying, this is mostly Psaki. Manchin's comments on Sunday were, quote, at odds with his discussions this week with the president, with White House staff, and with his own public utterances. Got him with the utterances there. On Tuesday of this week, Senator Manchin came to the White House and submitted to the president in person directly a written outline for a Build Back Better bill that was the same size and scope as the president's framework and covered many of the same priorities. And while that framework was missing key priorities, we believed it could lead to a compromise acceptable to all. If his comments on Fox and written statement indicate an end to that effort, they represent a sudden and inexplicable reversal in his position and a breach of his commitments to the president and the senator's colleagues in the House and Senate. So they're pissed. And
I think this is one of those things this is where you've been looking at it from. They've been looking at it from they thought he was in, and he clearly wasn't. I think I
sound like he was.
I think I said back in like June that it was clearly only infrastructure. After McConnell, you could tell the way McConnell and Manchin were working it, that McConnell was going to cave on infrastructure, but nobody was going to cave on Build Back Better, including Manchin. So it was like obvious that infrastructure was the only, I thought that it was infrastructure was the only thing that was going to get through.
Coal country. Well, yeah. So they're big mad at Manchin. I guess his houseboat might be like mainly Republicans on it going forward. It was kind of like everyone that wanted to show up could show up and party, but I think it's going to be a lot more cigars
for a while
and really old nice scotch on the
boat.
For a while,
they should have known when if they looked under the hood and saw that it was a coal-powered steam engine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and on the boat. Yeah.
Also, I looked into it real quick. The national security thing is also lack of dependence on foreign oil, obviously, but that's another part of the major argument.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, we'll see. They're not going to put the bill on the floor before the end of this year. It sounds like. I don't know if they're going to try to slash it up to make.
I saw a funny fact though about solar panels. Do you guys know that 80% of those are built in Xinjiang by Uyghurs?
Whoa.
80% of solar panels.
Yikes!
Wow.
Yikes, that's a lot of percent. Okay, that takes us to the number one story of the day, better known as
the cream of the crop.
Okay. Did you guys hear it?
Oh yeah.
So
loud
the number one story today is you're definitely not going to get anything you ordered on time or groceries in your grocery store if you live in Colorado or in a state where your goods travel through Colorado. And that's because a lot of truckers are going on strike and not driving through Colorado.
Good. I know there's a reason why, Mark, but I'll just say, independent of that reason, Colorado is dangerous as fuck to drive through with the passes, and that's like, it's a bizarre ass state.
It's a mountain driving right there.
God damn.
Get the chains out, brother.
Fucking dangerous, bro.
Yeah, and you're right. And it's not even just the weather. Now they got another reason. The reason is because 23-year-old Houston-based truck driver Rohel Lazaro Aguilera Maderos was sentenced to 110 years in prison last Monday for accidentally killing 4 people in 2019 when his truck's brakes malfunctioned on Interstate I-70 west of Denver, Colorado, and he slammed into a already piled up stationary cars that were stopped. And he hit him at 85 miles an hour, and he killed 4 people and injured a lot. Really sad, but it seems to have been a complete accident. Rohel doesn't appear, in fact, he wasn't under the influence of anything. He submitted to several drug tests, an alcohol test, and blood tests afterwards, and he passed all of them. And he got 110 years. That's a pretty long time. So,
whoa, that's insane. I mean, why? Yeah. Why did he get so? I mean,
because of Colorado state laws. Prosecutors claim that Rohel could have driven his truck into a truck ramp, like those things on the side of the road that are specifically for runaway trucks, and that instead he made several bad decisions, which led to his truck hitting several stationary vehicles at 85 miles an hour.
But he's not liable? It's still the company, right?
Yeah, manslaughter isn't about if you're a good decision maker or not. These are murder years. Not manslaughter years.
Oh, for sure, they're murder years. Even though Rohel had 0 prior criminal complaints or convictions, the judge in Colorado said his hands were tied due to minimum sentencing laws in the state and slapped him with 110 years on 29 criminal counts. He could, if convicted, he couldn't have given him less based on the traffic laws in Colorado. So that's why the boycott's on. Wow. So far, over 4 million people have signed a petition to lower that sentence to time served or anything lower than 110 years. A lot of those people pointing out that the affluenza teen that drunkenly killed 4 people in a car accident served a total of 720 days before being released as a free man recently, even after he tried to flee the country twice.
Yeah. And then he killed
How long has this
other
guy been
people, I'm pretty sure, after that.
He just got sentenced. Well, he's I think he was out of jail awaiting his trial. He got sentenced on Monday. So since this past Monday, he's been in jail and it won't ever get out of jail, obviously, at 110 years. And so in the past week, the press, the public, the truckers have gotten involved in like, this is bullshit. Like I said, over 4 million people signed a petition, and now truckers themselves are saying, fuck this. We won't be driving through Colorado. Then if that's how you roll, Colorado, not sure how long the boycott's for. And if they're taking alternate routes around Colorado and just ignoring Colorado's goods. We do have several truck drivers in the Heart Hive, so maybe we could get some voicemail insight from them or DMs. Maybe we could talk with Michael Lombard, who has a truck driving podcast. Maybe he can explain if he's heard anything about this. Here's a screenshot of a TikTok I found that has over 4 million views, and it's from a driver that basically says, I'm no longer taking my truck through Colorado. Please support, Rohel. And then it's got a ton of comments as well, with a ton of likes being like, I'm a truck driver, I'm not going to Colorado. I'm a truck driver, fuck Colorado. I'm a truck driver, we're not going to Colorado. Yeah. So
Truck
That's
drivers
amazing.
run this country. People don't realize that.
yeah, they're pissed.
If they're serious and they back this up by not going to Colorado, fuck yeah. Way to use your power. But that'll get their attention.
Yeah, the Colorado government will have to do something probably.
Here's a tough video for Hell, I think like during sentencing or right before sentencing, like pleading his last attempt.
Sorry. Sorry for the loss. Sorry for the people injured. I know they have trauma. I know. I feel that. But please, don't be angry with me, please. But just put on my side. I was working for a better future for my family. I have never thought about hurting anybody in my entire life. And when you to cry and all that.
Yeah. So
It's a little hard to hear him, Mark. What was exactly?
Yeah, I turned it up. He basically said he was sorry for everyone that was injured, for everyone that died, and that some people still have trauma, and that he said he was just working for a better future for his family. He was just on the job, and that he's never in his life thought about hurting anyone ever. Like he's never considered. Yeah.
Dangerous ass fucking job, man. Dangerous ass job.
It's tough.
Well, it sounds like the state laws are inappropriate in this case.
That's what sucks though. It's like mandatory minimum sentencing. We've seen it in the drug wars, obviously. Fuck countless generations. Well, not countless generations, countless people through like two generations, right? Like I didn't know there was mandatory minimum sentencing in traffic laws in Colorado, but usually when there is, it's because it's a reactionary situation when they set them up, right? Because someone dies or gets hurt, there's a public outcry to be like, we need to fix this, and then shitty laws get put on the books, right? But undoing shitty laws is so hard.
It's probably like you said that it's just like dangerous to drive in Colorado, so people probably were just like driving too fast a lot and killing people by accident. I don't know. I don't know why the laws are that tough, but I will say sticking with your fellow industry mates was a big trend over the weekend. Check out this short video of a funeral procession. You should be able to tell the profession of the deceased pretty quickly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. In the audio and video.
Ice cream truck.
Brotherhood.
How many of those are there, Mark?
At least 25, I think, ice cream trucks showed up. They're led by in the funeral procession. So
it's in the UK.
I don't know. There you go. Like the Ravagers showing up for Yondu at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Right.
It's really nice to see the ice cream truck community took a few hours away from molesting kids to show their support for a cremated crematarian.
Yeah, those are some UK ass.
They're not all bad, man.
I know they're not all bad, but some of those guys
Just
in that procession.
85% of them are.
Yeah. It's like the
there's
percentage of
one child
Uyghurs
molester?
making solar panels, like the
At least one molester in that
at
procession.
least one molester that procession.
Yeah, somebody's got to notify you that they're there.
Kid. It was nice. It was a nice funeral procession. Okay. Anyways, let's you know what we do oftentimes is we prioritize productivity over how we feel mentally, and that can be damaging long term, guys. We got to stop doing that. Even for people like Olympic level athletes like Michael Phelps, reaching out for support is a sign of courage, not weakness. You might remember boxing champion, Tommy Fury.
Tyson Fury. Yeah.
Tyson Fury. Yeah, he came out and said, I have mental health issues, and I'm proud to say that I'm not ashamed of it, and he trying to advance that. So think of people like that just won the heavyweight belt coming out and saying it. Talkspace, by the way, makes it easy to match with a licensed therapist and get confidential, convenient, and affordable support for your mental health. Mental well-being is just as important as your physical well-being. We exercise, take supplements, and eat right to keep our bodies going. Therapy can have the same game-changing, life-changing effect on your mental health. So treat your brain like a muscle and give it the same level of care as the rest of your body. You can share any benefits of therapy that you've experienced. I wasn't supposed to read that. Whether you're an athlete, a rec league player, or just someone having a hard day, Talkspace is ready to help you start feeling better with a single message. You can set goals with your Talkspace therapist and help ensure your progression. They develop tools and techniques to help build your resilience so you can cope in difficult times. Best of all, you can do it, straight from your home. You don't have to go in the car and drive and wait in the lobby. And you can do it 24/7. And when you match with people on Talkspace, Talkspace is the #1 online therapy platform to help you work through it, everything that you need to work through. There's thousands of licensed therapists available for you to match with. They have dozens of specialties, including anxiety, depression, relationships, and more. And if you feel like your mental health has been stuck on the sidelines, Talkspace is here to help. Match with a licensed therapist when you go to Talkspace.com and get $100 off your first month with the promo code HARDFACTOR. That's $100 when you use code HARDFACTOR at Talkspace.com.
It's important. It really is.
Yes.
Holidays are a hard time. Get after that, guys. Okay. Let's talk about what's coming up on TV over the next couple weeks. Something I'm pretty excited about, just some general TV news. So first up, guys, on January 11th, I want you to keep an eye out because TLC's new hot show, I Am Shauna Ray, is due out. And the series follows the life and times of a normal 22-year-old woman. Her name is Shauna Ray, obviously. And because of a childhood brain cancer treatment that affected her pituitary gland, Shauna Ray is just a little bit different. So I'm going to play you guys some highlights from the trailer, and then we're going to talk about it at the end because I think you guys are going to find it pretty interesting. So
Shauna Ray.
Here's the trailer from I Am Shauna
I hope
Ray.
she's 7'3".
If you were to look at me, you would think I'm just a normal little girl doing normal little girl things with my fun, crazy family. But the truth is, I'm not a little girl.
She's the orphan.
I'm
She's
a woman.
smoking,
Yeah, she's got
A
orphan
22
disease.
drinking
woman.
margaritas.
Oh no.
Stuck
Okay.
in the body of an 8-year-old.
Oh,
Wow.
What are we gonna say in your bio?
My relationship status is single. I'm short. Leave me alone. I attract creeps, and idiots. It is
my
scary
goodness.
to put myself out there, but you have to put some risk in to get happiness. So today I am going on a blind date. Hi, I'm Shauna.
Hi, Shauna. I
Oh,
thought
no.
that I was being punked or something at first.
Who you going to the brewery with? Who's driving? When are you going to be back? Be careful.
People tell me I'm a fun drunk. Like something like that.
This is not
Very natural.
And I'm determined to make this year my year to shine.
Okay.
You're not doing yourself any favors with the cuties.
Come on, the
Shauna
guy.
She's 22. She looks like she's
The guy that shows up for the date.
13.
10.
Yeah,
10.
the guy-
Yeah.
I think she's 10.
She said 8. She said trapped in an 8-year-old herself. She describes it as 8. That
First of all,
movie
not
Orphan-
laughing at Shauna. It's horrible that she has this particular
sure.
pituitary dormancy or whatever. But laughing at the dudes that are trying to hook up with Shauna.
It's
No,
hilarious.
it's just
She calls them creeps.
they
Yeah.
are creeps. If you try to date her, you're a creep.
Yeah, that's that movie, the movie Orphan, where the girl's adopted and she's like pretends to be a child, but she's a serial killer from
Mhm.
Russia. Yeah.
Great movie. Okay movie. Fun
This
concept.
gave me an idea though. If they want to Chris Hansen people, they should just they should pretend they
She's
should
the best
make,
undercover. She's the best
Right.
undercover
Oh, yeah.
agent because she's
exactly
22.
like
Yeah.
they make like fake people like this, and then that's how
Yeah,
you
she
how you
could
catfish.
tell
ped-
people she's
pedophiles.
8
Yeah.
and then catfish all of them, and then but
Exactly.
she's 22. Yeah, she could.
So did you
Chris
see
Hansen
Shauna?
and him need to hook her need to hook up. Yeah.
Shauna's poor dad. Who are you going to the brewery with? Who's driving? When are you going to be home? Okay, but Wes, I got to ask you this question. So you've been on a number of reality TV show sets and stuff, right? So obviously they have the scene where Shauna's friends are setting up her dating profile. What should I put in my profile?
Yeah.
And then they have a scene where she's meeting up with a guy, and in the trailer, the guy, it shows Shauna walk up and shake his hand and him be like, hey, whoa. And you can tell he's weirded out.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he's like, I thought I was getting punked. That guy probably was set up by the producers, right? He probably wasn't. Right.
Yes.
So
Everything about this show is set up by the producers.
but if you're that guy, are you signing the release? I'm not personally.
No.
Because there's no way to explain that you were set up by the producers and you didn't see an 8-year-old on Tinder and say, I'm in, right?
You can't sign that release.
No, it's disgusting. I mean, you're a pet. If you date her,
It
like
ruins
her
you.
dad is never going to be okay with anyone dating her because he knows that person is a fucking creep, disgusting human. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
He's gonna think in the back of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you are.
It's impossible for her to date a normal guy, you're saying? It's impossible.
It's impossible. She's screwed.
Unfortunately, it is. She's screwed.
As long as her dad's alive, she's screwed.
Metaverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
she's got to find someone that's like a
blind.
Blind or
It's
has the same
gonna be great
affliction.
TV. Pat, when
Blind.
does this kick off again?
11th of January. I am Shauna Ray. I believe
Yeah,
it's
but
starting as a documentary and then it'll get spun into a series.
Let me ask you this, Pat. Like, okay, so in the preview, there's a scene where Shauna Ray is like twerking. Now, I guess that's not like objectifying a child, but she's looks like
22.
a child.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
But it's
are,
not
are
because-
they going to try to get away with that shit? Like her on the,
not
her on
watching
the
that.
beach?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Wes.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
they are.
that's
Don't watch
fucking
that
awful.
show, Wes.
No, I'm not going to watch the show. I'm just
if you
saying
get
that
caught
they
watching
should not
that show,
allow
man.
it. They should not allow it to be on TV. If she's going to be prancing around in a bikini talking about how she wants to like
Pat, you're
go
gonna
out with
watch
guys.
this show.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
So
it's
gross.
sad because she's a 22-year-old girl. She has the right to do that. But yeah.
well, they just shouldn't make a show out of her for fuck's sake.
No, it's bad. It's
All right.
disgusting.
Moving on.
It's a honeypot. It's a trap. Like the FBI. Everyone that watches it should be on a list.
Anyone on Netflix sees that you've watched that shit, just
You're out
send
of
the
luck.
FBI to their house.
Moving on. Guys, Yellowstone, 1883 premiered on Sunday on Paramount Plus, and this is the prequel to the most popular show you've never heard of. That's what they're dubbing it. Yellowstone looks at the frontier life around the year 1883 and follows stories that are being called brutal and riveting. And I guess it follows the great grandfather of John Dutton, who played by Kevin Costner.
This is the new season?
This is the new series, new
Prequel.
spinoff, so prequel. So it stars Don't Take the Girl singer Tim McGraw as James Dutton, who's the great grandfather of John Dutton, the Kevin Costner character in Yellowstone, the regular,
Nice.
and Faith Hill, Sam Elliott, and most importantly, guys, close friend of the show and frequent collaborator of the Hard Factor Boys since 2006, James Landry, A. Bear as Wade, and this is mostly why I'm covering this story because we're proud of our boy. He's,
Yeah.
Big role for a bear.
He was looking good on the red carpet. Look
yeah,
at that.
he is a
Pinstripe.
series regular. He is in the cast officially.
Nice.
So,
Look at him in the center there,
Cool.
right next to Sam Elliott.
Yeah,
Mhm.
wow.
yep,
Carries a lot of water on that set.
pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. So keep an eye out for our boy. He's
Go
playing
ahead,
Wade. Wade.
Sam Elliott's having a
Wade.
big year. He was in MacGruber.
Oh, he
as
was?
well.
How was the
TV series.
MacGruber?
Oh, incredible! It's just my wife just catches me. It's not her cup of tea. She catches me just cracking up, and she'll watch, and I'll just like rewind the joke. I'm like, listen to this crap, and then she's like, ugh.
Yeah, MacGruber is every
It's so
wife's
good.
least favorite comedy that her husband loves.
It's like exactly like the movie, just in 8 30-minute episodes instead of
Hell yeah.
it's great.
And what we can promise you guys is if everyone in the Hive likes the show, let us know, and if you want to hear from Wade, I'm sure we'll do Hard Factor, or we can do it as a Patreon
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get Wade on.
But we can get all into it.
Love the original Yellowstone, so I'm sure this one's going to be badass too.
Yeah, apparently it's really intense, which is cool. So, and guys, finally, Bob's Burgers fans will be sad to no longer see or hear from the character Jimmy Pesto Sr., who's voiced by veteran character actor and Mr. Show alum Jay Johnson. You guys know this guy here? Jay Johnson. I'm not a huge Bob's Burgers fan.
I don't think I've
really.
seen a single episode of Bob's Burgers.
I used to watch it a little bit. I do not, but not right now. Know this
Okay.
one.
Well, yeah, that's because back in January last year, our democracy was being threatened. I'd go as far to say being stolen right in front of our eyes. And Jay Johnson.
Of this year, 2021.
Yeah, this year, yeah. Jay Johnson, he joined a number of other true patriots who had a lot of free time and a surprisingly low-grade level of media literacy to stop the steal by any means necessary. And, quote, according to two people familiar with the matter, top staff at the long-running animated series, Bob's Burgers are no longer allowing Johnston to voice his
Damn.
recurring character, which is a bummer for Johnston. But thank God we have misguided patriots like him we can count on when there's a real threat.
What did he do in December to finally get kicked off? Like he had stormed the Capitol in January. Oh,
it was this FBI tweet that
Oh,
finally
he
caught
hadn't been found
traction.
out.
Oh,
Right.
shit. He was laying low.
The FBI tweeted it, and then people just started responding with like photoshops of his
That
Bob's
looks
Burger
like
character.
An actor from Bob's Burgers.
Gotcha. So he had been hiding the fact he was at the J6. Oh wow.
Yeah, no, he hadn't. He'd been telling his cast members and stuff too, but I guess it had come to a head where they were like, okay, we know.
They were
this
like, oh well,
isn't
the
okay.
FBI tweeted you. So
Cancel culture came in.
Yeah,
you're done.
So,
We got to cancel culture you.
Doesn't
Sorry,
affect
Jay.
me. I'll still watch 0 Bob's Burgers per
Right.
usual.
Same number.
It's hilarious
of
they didn't give a
shows.
fuck until everyone else did.
Yeah, until the FBI tweeted it. They're like, it's all right, Jay. Don't worry
you
about
find
it.
way. Good to have you back on set.
I think Tim Heidecker, who's also like a guest star on Bob's Burgers, tweeted about it. Like, yeah, that's Jay, and Tim Heidecker's a pretty powerful dude. I think. That's
Yeah,
the
he's
way.
Tim and Eric.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, glad to know he's out there when we actually need him. You know.
Yeah,
Okay.
True. Also,
Now he's
Witcher,
got all sorts of time on his hands.
Mhm.
Witcher 2's out on Netflix. That if you like that series, that's fun. That's a good watch.
I heard the second season's a lot better than the first season, which was not great.
I
know some people
I didn't
liked it.
mind the first season, but the second season is
I
getting
heard the
way
second
better
season's
reviews.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting
I did
way
not
better
like
The
reviews.
first season's just like all over the place, like jumbly timelines.
It's the
and stuff.
like they're hunting like monsters, right?
That's the series.
Incredible video games. What is it? It's
Yeah, check in on Witcher 2, the new MacGruber, 1883. Lots of good stuff coming out. And your call on Shauna Ray. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but your ISP, your internet service provider, they log your data big time. They do that to advertise to you. They do that to spy on your activity, your internet activity. And also, it poses a security risk, the fact that your ISP data is out there. And you can avoid that whole noise by getting hooked up with ExpressVPN. What's VPN? It's a virtual private network. It essentially routes your internet data through a number of different IP addresses, which clones you, masks you, if you
if
will.
you even think about watching the Shauna Ray show, you're going to need ExpressVPN.
You're going to need ExpressVPN.
I mean,
But also,
everybody needs it. Let's be honest. Your search history isn't exactly what you want everybody to see. So,
or if you think about all the people that are in jail who didn't commit the crime they're being accused of, bet a lot of those guys wish that they had ExpressVPN because government overreach and a shitty judicial system
clear up those Googles. Yeah,
can really lead to you being in jail for 110 years for something that you shouldn't be in jail for. So yeah, I have ExpressVPN. You should too. You see all these news about hacks going on. Did Google email you recently about setting up a masked email address, which is a new thing that's going to start happening? No longer you're going to want your email address to get out. You're going to start using a proxy email. Your IP address is the same thing. You don't want people to find your IP address. It's bad. They'll try. They can attack you. Try to backdoor attack you. So use a VPN. Use ExpressVPN. And y'all, if you want to stop handing over your personal data to the ISPs and other tech giants who mine your activity and sell off your info, protect yourself with a VPN that we trust to keep us private online. That's expressvpn.com/factor. expressvpn.com/hard factor expressvpn.com/hard factor. You get 3 extra months free when you sign up with that link, expressvpn.com/hard factor.
Oh, you got to get in there. You got to get your VPN set up. Yeah.
3 free months of security. Whoa.
It's very important. All these services today that we're working with, very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Every service we promote is important. All right, guys.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
What is this, day number 5 for me?
In a row.
You're doing great, Wes.
Yeah. Thank you.
The dice.
Listen.
Our tricky mistress.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to get dark. I have 2 very dark stories today. Both of them.
Pushed you in a corner, haven't we?
Both of them are coming from India. Yeah. We'll see how much you like this one. Both from India, which I'm coming to learn more and more has some very dark shit going on over there in India.
Yeah.
On a regular basis. Yeah.
Lots going on. The honor killings and stuff we were talking about. I think that's hot over there. Yeah.
It is hot. It's very hot. And this one is dark. So I'm gonna sandwich a fun one from Sweden with a couple dark ones from India. And if you're a dog lover, you may not want to listen to this first one because it's sad. So let's go to Lavul, India first, which is about 300 miles from Mumbai, where a massacre has been occurring for the past few months or so. But this is not a human rights issue, as it is not humans that are being massacred or humans that are doing the massacring. No, it's actually monkeys that are doing the massacring, and what they are massacring are hundreds of puppies and dogs. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
Puppies
and dogs.
That's not good.
It's not good at all. So what is happening is
reminds me of Mike with the birds.
Yeah.
Except dogs.
Right.
Except the monkeys with the dogs.
Yeah, that's
dogs.
worse.
So what happened is a couple months ago, a pack of dogs killed an infant baby monkey, and the
Big
monkeys, huge mistake by the dogs for the dogs, and the monkeys have since been taking revenge and have just been decimating all the dogs in the village to the point that there's no dogs left. Pretty much.
Seems like an overreaction.
Over 250 dogs have been killed.
Yes, the lead monkey just never let it go. This is at some point the other monkeys have to be like, have we exacted enough revenge, Craig? And Craig's like, no.
They genocided.
He just likes doing it.
Dogs.
Yeah, they genocided the dogs.
Taste of it.
And it's crazy. Yeah. And how they're killing them tells you how angry and smart these fucking monkeys are, because what they're doing is they're snatching all the dogs they can, and then they're climbing to the tops of buildings and trees, and then they're just flinging these fucking dogs off to their death.
Oh my God.
Here's a video. I'm not going to show you the dog being
monkeys?
killed, but I'm going to show you a video of what they're doing.
Slightly bigger than a dog, Mark.
There's the top. The monkey's got the puppy.
Oh,
and right
no,
before-
no.
And then,
He goes up there and he tosses it on the
he
ground.
just goes
gotta
up to the
stop the
tops of these
monkeys.
buildings. and
Oh
tosses- yeah.
shit! And that monkey was way bigger than the dog.
Yeah. Oh, the
Not a
monkeys
fair
are
fight.
the monkeys are big. They're big monkeys. The
Big
males that
monkeys,
are
yeah.
doing
They
this
start
shit. Yeah.
doing this to humans.
Well, that's the thing, Mark, is that they've run out of dogs and
We
they're
got guns.
still thirsty.
We got
So,
guns, Mark.
They have been attacking small
Yeah.
school children on their way to
See?
school and shit.
See?
And
It's
monkeys
not
are
okay.
vengeful. Apparently, what they do is like in groups, like in zoos and stuff, that this behavior has been known to happen. Like you saw the otter video I showed, where the monkeys fucking, I guess the monkeys were trying to take revenge on an otter, and then the otters
Yeah.
got them back. Anyway, the monkeys
Those
are
otters
vengeful.
are gone now that I know this. I mean,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
You
but
don't fuck with monkeys.
They
so-
don't actually attack the aggressor. Usually, they attack a third party. So they go after your child. They
Right.
go after your wife. They go after your
Whoa.
mom. They go
That's
after your
mafia.
dad. And then finally, after you've seen all the carnage, they come after you. So
Yeah.
they are just vengeful fuckers.
Then they mail you a tape so that you can rewatch it. They videoed the,
Yeah.
put
all
a
the
horse
other-
head in your bed.
Yeah, they're vengeful. Yeah, here's what we need to do. We need to start fighting back with vengeful. We need to start barbecuing them in front of each other, like just like capture one and set it on fire. And
It's a
eat
good
it.
point.
Yeah.
Like
Desperate times.
They need to see some extreme. Like we need to do something, right?
Right. Yeah.
Scorched earth, Mark. I
What are
agree.
you talking about? That's just
You
gonna make it
gotta
worse.
you gotta take the fight
No.
to the monkeys at this
No,
point.
no. We got to scare the monkeys back into submission, and then like if you eat them in front, if you eat a couple or make them eat each other, like you know, like start. We got to start doing some shady war crime stuff.
Have
on,
they killed
on
a
these
person
monkeys.
yet, Wes, or only the dog?
They have not yet killed a person, and the villagers. It's a village of like 5,000 people, so not a very big village. And they finally have brought in help
They're
to
in
capture
trouble.
these monkeys because they were trying to do it themselves, and they were just getting fucked up by the monkeys because there's so many of them. So now they're trying to capture the monkeys,
But
They're
they
trying
have
to-
attacked the child. You said
They have attacked. They are attacking small school children.
They need to work with one
you
of
got to
the
fire
more,
back at the monkeys.
Yeah.
They need to turn one of the more influential monkeys to work back with the humans secretly, and then go back to the monkeys and just lead them into a trap.
Like
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
There's a monkey with a dog on top of a building,
Correct.
just waiting to fucking off.
Oh
it.
my goodness, that's a
Um,
menacing sight.
We
Yeah,
gotta
it's
get to these monkeys.
fucking nuts. There's another picture of a monkey like carrying a puppy, but anyway.
What
you
kind
get
of
the
monkey
idea.
is this, Wes?
It looks like some kind of macaque.
But it's big.
Yeah, they're big monkeys.
It's a souk
Yeah,
macaque.
yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, crazy shit. The dog's fucked up. The dog comes back after a vacation. He's like, "What the hell happened here?" Oh well, Jim killed a monkey, so we're all dead. Fucking terrible. Okay, let's go to a fun one. All right, about a festive tradition of destruction in the small Swedish town of Yule, where ever since 1966, a giant Yule goat has been erected in the town square. This thing's like 40 feet high.
Whoa.
It's made of wood and straw. It was originally put up as a marketing ploy, I guess, to bring people into the village to like just look at the fucking goat. You know,
Who,
like that.
devil
Look at our
worshippers?
giant goat.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the old George Carlin thing. You know, hey, we'll build a big fucking thing. Look, and everyone will come to look at the big fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's what they did. And then in 1966, on New Year's Eve, another tradition was started when the goat was torched to the ground. And ever since then, it has been tradition in this town to torch this giant goat during the festive season. So
Dude,
it's like a cat and mouse game between the
this is
locals
like-
and cops.
This is where Sweden?
Sweden, yeah.
This is some Midsommar bullshit.
It's awesome.
A 40-foot goat, which represents Satan, getting burnt to the ground in a Swedish festival. That
Yeah.
I'm steering as far away from that fucking festival as possible.
I'm having.
Yeah,
that's
it's a
fun
pagan.
festival.
It's a pagan
It's
thing.
a
for sure.
pagan ass festival
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
It is.
Sounds
It's definitely rooted in paganism.
Yeah,
So
you're gonna wake up without a head if you go.
You
to
can
that
do some
festival.
drugs and stuff too, probably, maybe.
Yeah, you can do some drugs. Well, you probably shouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, but look, it's like guarded by like fence. It's like looks like stakes almost. Anyway, since 1966, it's been torched 35 times, so way more than not. UK bookies even give out odds to whether it'll like last the festive season. Yeah, it's awesome. But it hasn't been torched in 5 years until this past Friday when they got him. They got the fucking goat. There he is. He is just scorched.
Burned.
They got him. They got him real good. And
All that's left is metal chassis. That's kind of bullshit that they build it out of metal now. So like, all you can do is burn the outside of it.
right, yeah, it's the
Fucking
metal inside. But
do you then you'd have to build it back up every year.
It's
if
a
it burns.
safety thing. They don't want it to collapse on anybody. It's just a safety thing. I get it, but still, build it out of wood so it can collapse, and then that'd be awesome. But,
Yeah.
but better video and pictures.
one of the more famous burnings was in 2005. These two guys, one dressed as Santa Claus, another as a gingerbread. They set fire on it by firing burning bows and arrows like Robin Hood into the goat, and it just went down. In 2010, someone tried to kidnap it with a helicopter, but was unsuccessful. So they got the guy that did it this year, but pretty fucking hilarious. Hilarious.
They got to let you
tradition.
out of jail for that, right?
I don't know. They
You
got the
actually got
guy.
to catch a charge for that.
I mean, it is arson.
I mean, come on, is it though?
I
I mean,
mean,
it's like
It's more Christmas that it gets burned than when it doesn't. Basically,
Right.
It's
There's a
like,
reason-
they
everybody
love
in
it.
the town
There's
likes
a reason
it when
why
it
it
gets
hadn't been
burned.
done for
they love
5 years. Will, if it was no charge at all, it would be burnt every fucking night.
Well, no, they've got since 2016. They've got like 24-hour surveillance. They've got guards on it, so that they don't want it to happen. It's like this big game of
burn
cat
it.
and mouse.
Yeah,
So pretty cool.
it's
Burn
fun.
it.
Capture the flag.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get to another very sad one. Back to India. For something I think it's important we shed a little light on. We like to do that from time to time. A humanitarian crisis. I had no idea was occurring, but it's fucking sad and nuts. So we'll draw some attention to it. And that is that Indian housewives are killing themselves at an insane rate. So listen to this from the BBC. According to recently released data by the government's National Crime Records Bureau, 22,372 housewives took their own lives last year in India. That's an average of 61 suicides every day, or one every 25 minutes.
Wow.
And they accounted for 14.6% of the total of 153,052 suicides in India. And more than 50% of the total number of women who killed themselves were housewives. So this is fucking crazy. They're saying that since 1997, more than 20,000 housewives have been killing themselves every year. In 2009, it was over 25,000, and they want to know why. So why do you guys think that this is happening in India?
They are housewives in a super male dominated environment, and they
Yeah, I
have to
don't
like,
wanna
do everything for the family. Maybe I don't
Say
know.
anything racist or stereotypical. Maybe if it's an arranged marriage, they might not love the person. I don't know. They might not be interested in the person they're arranged with.
Yeah. Well, so you're all right. 30% of married women in India say they have experienced some kind of spousal violence and oppressive marriages, because, like they said, most girls are married off. This doctor, when they turn 18 or younger, she becomes a wife, spends her entire day at home. She does whatever the fucking husband tells her to do, household chores, which is customary in India. The woman does all the household chores. She gives up her dreams of education, of whatever else, and she's just has nothing to live for, basically. They don't have any money of their own, according to this doctor that studies this shit over there, this psychologist. And it just becomes a despair and terribleness, like torture, a torturous life.
It's like a
and
trap. Yeah, they can't.
Yeah.
No, there's no. There's.
they're like Ben Affleck dating Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So other suicides in Indian women who do make it through maybe a healthy marriage or a long torturous marriage are they go through empty nest syndrome. So they're like left after their kids leave. They have this empty nest syndrome where it's perimenopausal symptoms, which can cause depression, crying spells, and they kill themselves. And a lot of these suicides are apparently impulsive. So basically, the man comes home, beats his wife, she kills herself. It's fucking crazy. So here's another stat that's nuts. India has the highest recorded number of suicides globally. Indian men make up a quarter of the world's suicides. Indian women make up 36% of all global suicides from 15 to 39.
Shit, I had no idea.
Yeah, fucking crazy, right? And a lot of people say that those numbers are highly underreported because suicides, comes with a stigma. Families don't want to report that there was a suicide. They're looked down upon, honor, whatever. So that number could easily double, according to some. The deaths aren't reported as suicide; they're recording as something else. So not great. And because of the pandemic,
I wonder if you can trust the suicide numbers out of China every year.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I was going to make that joke. Yeah,
I saw a positive suicide thing this weekend. The rapper Logic, Logic, he has a song, 1-800-273-8255, which is the national suicide prevention number.
Good.
And they did a study that said when the song first came out, and then again when it was charting, they attributed Logic to essentially saving thousands of young people's lives because of the amount of calls they received. 1-800-273-8255 National Suicide Line. Yeah. He saved thousands of lives with his song because it was talking about calling the number.
Yeah, because with suicide, especially if you can just a lot of these impulsive ones, if you can just stop someone for a split second, that's what this article is also saying, is that you can stop a lot of them.
They said they did the research. They got an extremely high volume of calls when the song was doing well and charting, and based off statistics, he saved a bunch of lives. So that's a positive thing.
Yeah, that's positive. So the crazy numbers out of India. So I got some advice. So next time you out and about, you see an Indian woman out there, ask her how she's doing, and then grab her husband by the shirt collar and tell him if he ever touches her again, you're going to fucking kill him. And then if he apologizes, he's guilty. And if he threatens to call the police, then you've made a huge racist mistake. And I apologize. So.
Yeah, it was the worst advice I'd ever heard.
Yeah, so wait a minute. So in this scenario, someone's going to get screwed. Either you're going to get arrested,
or you're
going to find out that the woman's getting beaten.
Ever heard?
Right? Yeah. It's it could save a life.
No,
could it?
No.
It could ruin relations at your kid's school.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Just trying to have one joke in the goddamn.
That was uplifting.
So, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, hey, this is stuff that's hard to talk about, but we got to draw attention to it if someone else is going to.
I had no idea India's suicide rates were that high.
It's pretty sad. Pretty crazy.
That is sad.
Yeah. Okay. It's TikTok International.
That's not good. All right, and we're going to finish with Space Mountain today, but before we do our last bit of business, today's Space Mountain is brought to you by predictit.org/promo/hardfactor40. Go to that URL and get up to $40 matched on your first deposit in the stock market of politics, where I should have bet on the less than $1.5 trillion in the Build Back Better Act because I did call it months ago that it probably wasn't going to get through, that Manchin would kill it. I didn't bet on it. And boom, missed out on a triple up. You guys can see back in the day, it was hovering around 20 cents. And I should have tripled up on that, but I didn't. So now what I'm doing on that was a big miss by me. I should have gotten in on that when I called it. Dummy. I did not.
You called it?
I did. I just didn't bet on it, Wes.
You did call it.
I did call it several times. Were you listening?
No.
No, you weren't. Well, now I'm going to get
angry
in.
at him
Listen
for
to
not
this.
betting.
Well, now I'm going to get in on the next version of it, of that market, and that's what will be the budget of the reconciliation package by July 2022, July 1st, 2022. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be low. So the highest bracket right now is below $0.6 trillion. So I picked up the second to lowest bracket, which is at 7 cents right now, because I think eventually it'll go low. But that one will go up, and so I'll flip it at that point and then move all mine into the thing that I think is going to win or just a different market. They have a lot of banded markets like that. Other markets that close before the 2022 elections, like will Trump be indicted by April 1st? Probably not. Will Manchin or Sinema leave the Dems by 3-1? Probably not. Biden's weekly 538 in RCP approval ratings, usually bad. So there's markets that close all the time that you can bet on, or predict the political outcome of. And of course, beyond those markets, they have all the elections coming up in 2022. So
that's right. You got to get in there now and get familiar with it. We're happy to help anyone with questions about how Predicted works, but you need to get familiar with it now before the 2022 election comes, because we're going to be betting our dicks off. You're not going to want to miss that.
Never a better time to get in there and start mixing it up. Get ready for next year. That's predicted.org/promo/hardfactor40. Go to that URL specifically and get up to $40 matched on your first deposit in the stock market of politics.
Hell yeah.
All right.
A lot of fun.
We're back on Predicted, baby. It's time to make some money.
It is. All right. Time for Space Mountain.
Space is the place. Hello.
Hello.
And today it's just actual space news. Nothing about aliens. But this space news is pretty mind-blowing, regardless of not being about aliens. And so first up is the NASA ship that touched the sun, Pat. Turns out that story is actually pretty awesome.
Oh, sick.
So it's called the Parker Solar Probe, and it was launched by NASA in 2018. Here's a little explanation of it. It took a video from inside the sun's corona, which is like where all the plasma. So it's covered in streamers of solar plasma that can normally only be seen during solar eclipses. So that's the sun during a solar eclipse. I'm showing you guys, and you see all those like weird UV lights coming off the side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's like Aurora Borealis. Yeah.
So that's solar plasma, and that's like the sun's corona, I guess, like inside the rays that are coming off of it. But yeah, so there's the Parker Solar Probe got inside of that.
How the hell did it do that?
What's that?
How the hell did it do that? Yeah,
but to get close enough.
It's designed to orbit the sun, and I think it's going to be up for 4 more years.
Right, but how does it not burn to dust being that close to the sun?
Yeah, it's got like super sun resistant.
It's got UV-40.
Yeah. Here's the video from Dr. Joe Hansen, who tweets. You know what's cool, and that's the Milky Way galaxy. You guys can see all the planets that are going by and the streamers of plasma. And he says, you know what's cool? We sent a spaceship to touch the sun. NASA's Parker Solar Probe took these images inside the sun's corona. Those streaks are magnetic streamers. It's also seeing planets in the Milky Way from the sun's point of view. Totally incredible. Added labels so you guys can see like. This thing, so it sees Mercury, Venus, the Milky Way, and you can see it like through these like solar plasma streamers. It sees Jupiter, Saturn, and Earth at the end. Pretty cool. The Parker probe was moving at speeds of up to 91 miles per second while filming that footage, and it was taken from 5 days, August 8th through August 12th.
Yeah, I guess that's what I don't get, how it can travel 900 million miles away to the sun and then not get burnt by the sun. And then get footage and send it back. That doesn't seem possible.
because it's new technology. Yeah,
fake.
It's possible.
And the best we can get is it looks like a fucking like what they imagine a cat's vision is like.
It's almost unbelievable.
It's like black and white.
Well, it's black and
it's very unbelievable.
Yeah.
The sun is 914 million miles away, and it's infinity degrees when you're that close to it. I don't believe it.
You think this is all fake?
I don't believe it.
It has to be fake.
I can't possibly think that this is real.
Okay. Aliens are real, but that's all fake.
It's just the physics of it seems fake.
I need to someone to explain to me how fast the ship travels and what the materials are made of, that the sun doesn't burn it up.
Well, it's in orbit at 91 miles per second. So, I mean, it was.
But we can pinpoint it. Like we can. Someone's got like their controls on it where it can not get hit by like space dust after 900 million mile travel. I don't
lose contact with Mars landers all the time.
I don't buy it.
Okay,
I buy it. Will
you didn't make you didn't make
NASA
the ship.
Selling it, so I don't. You can buy it or not. I'm just reporting the past. Next, taking it to. What's that?
Kyrie Irving style pass.
Yeah, you're flat Earth in this one.
Yeah, flat Earth.
Nice. All right. Next, taking it back to Mars for the always delicious Valles Marineris Canyon, where it turns out a lot of the Martian groundwater is expected to exist. We've talked about Mars having tons of water below the surface, like directly below the surface before, but now the European Space Agency, or the ESA, and the Russian Space Agency, Roscosmos, they have an orbiter of Mars called the ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter, and it's zeroed in on the Valles Marineris Canyon system as one of Mars's major watering holes. So the ESA said that the water was detected using the orbiter's fine resolution epithermal neutron detector, or the FRIEND instrument, which has the ability to detect hydrogen in the uppermost meter of the planet's soil. And here's what the nerds from the ESA said. They said, FRIEND revealed an area with an unusually large amount of hydrogen in the colossal and tasty named Valles Marineris Canyon system. According to the hydrogen we see is bound into water molecules, as much as 40% of the near surface material in this region appears to be water.
So that's where you want to go. That's where you want to habitat, right?
You'd think so. The area in question is about the size of the Netherlands. That's 40% water. And the ExoMars orbiter unit itself actually tweeted a better explanation than any of the articles that exist out there. So that's terrifying for space journalists, but great for the ExoMars orbiter. He says, breaking news, I've spotted hidden water, either ice or water-rich minerals in Mars's Grand Canyon. And then it uses a bunch of emojis, which is impressive for a robot. And it says, the reservoir is large, not too deep below ground, and could be easily exploitable for future explorers.
Oh, so this is the Marinera. That's where that spaceship was, right?
Yeah, we got to get Gene. Yeah, you're right, Wes.
You think so? The Valles Marineris is the largest canyon in the solar system. This is still the orbiter robot tweeting this, and it says, and is very dramatic. At some 10x longer and 5x deeper than Earth's Grand Canyon. I hope that some of you humans may one day get to explore this location in person. Would be a very promising target for Martian water. Yeah. And Wes, that's a great point. Because where was the UFO?
In there. Maybe they knew.
It was
maybe
inside
they knew this already.
It was inside the Valles Marineris.
You think that's where they would go, to the water place?
Maybe,
yeah. You'd think so. So yeah, that's the Valles Marineris. It's a very exciting place. And with all of this good space news coming from cameras out there, it's great news that the James Webb Telescope, it's a joint effort between NASA and the European Space Agency, is now scheduled to launch on Christmas Eve. So it's launching from French Guiana after being delayed a week since the last launch date, and it's been delayed like years. The project has due to issues during the prep process last week, and I guess a bunch of issues over the time it was being built. But the $10 billion telescope is the next generation of the Hubble, and is going to send some very badass pictures back once it's up and in orbit.
Nice. Hopefully real pictures, because they got some nerve. They got some nerve with the sun bullshit story.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
the Parker Solar Probe being totally fake and obviously fake.
Hopefully there's gonna be some real images
for that. Unbelievable, those guys. And that's gonna do it for Hard Factor on this fine Monday. Time for the dice, fellas. Got to pull it up real quick.
Wes, are you off tomorrow?
I am. I got a wedding.
So Wes is excluded from this
Wes
dice.
Is excluded.
Oh, man.
Wes is excluded from the dice roll.
Son of a bitch.
It's just Mark. Will,
I'm about to play
that
Arnold Schwarzenegger son of a bitch.
Here it is.
Son of a bitch.
Wes would have been got coffee, but he's free.
No.
Oh, it's Will. Will's
finally.
Coffee. Finally got hit with something. And then
me
one.
for TikTok.
It's Mark. Mark is TikTok. Pat is scot-free. Nice. So
it landed on Wes on his day off.
Yeah,
everyone saw it.
Something's going on with that fucking dice.
Those and you know the funniest part about that? Wes is the only one to pick his number. He picked number 5.
Yeah. Well,
so he
wanted number 5.
Well, it's a great number pick, but also the dice also like your number pick too. So
I'm gonna have to get some real dice.
Get hit with the dice. All right, that's the dice.
You're calling bullshit on his dice.
I don't believe the dice. I don't believe that fucking sun ship.
Oh, I don't believe that sun ship. No
You're
chance
right.
in hell.
I have
914 million miles away. Get the fuck out of here. Mars is 200 million miles away.
I created my own dice. I coded that.
Yeah.
that it would roll more
That's impressive.
fives than
That's
anything
impressive.
else and less threes.
I don't know how you did that, but it's impressive.
Also made that deep fake video. It's awesome. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. As always, thank you for listening. Stay tuned for the next round of trivia in the Hornet's Nest. Ooh, bzzz, kicking off in 2022. But most importantly, have a great fucking day.
Patreon.com/hardfactor.